how to find your passion.
Welcome to the King Moolah Podcast. Welcome to the King Moolah Podcast. Welcome to the King Moolah Podcast. Yeah. Welcome to the King Moolah Podcast. Welcome to the King Moolah Podcast.
It would have been perfect if that did not hit right after Anyways, dang, that was almost there because of that. All right. Welcome, y'all. My name is King. All right. Today, it's a really nice one. I don't know how long it's going to run for. Doesn't really matter because it's something important. You know, I try to get some good topics in, especially for this year. This year's boatload full of good topics that are current and also that involve the past. Because, you know, if we know the past, then we need to know what's going to happen in the future. If it tells us how we are. It defines what we've been through and how we've done everything so far and how we should be able to move forward. By knowing the past, it's going to allow us to know what to do for us to move forward. All right, so today's topic is how to find your passion. Okay, this is a really good topic for people who don't know exactly what they want to do just yet, or are just trying to find that something or some things, because it can be multiple for some people. You know, jack of all trades. And let me start off with that quote, because a lot of times when things are quoted, they're often misquoted, or there's never a full quote to them. But let me get that quote really quick. There we go. They knew exactly what. Why would they do that? Okay. All right, the jack of all trades. So I think maybe I should, a trade. A trade is a skill. Okay, I'm not even gonna have to read the definition. I'm just gonna tell you what it is. It's a skill. You can look up the definitions like I've been doing every episode. But like I said, a trade is a skill. I know when you hear trade, at times it's something that you're giving away and you're receiving something to get something. That's also a trade, but that's in a different context. That's in a different sense. Okay? But you know what? That's what I do anyway. Let's go to let's see. Yeah, like the first definition, if you put in trade from Oxford Dictionary, it'd be the action of buying and selling goods and services. That's what mainly people have thought what a trade to be. But when you grow up a little more and then people start using trade in a different way, they usually just mean the second definition, which is a skilled job, typically one requiring manual skills and special training. Cut and dry. That's what it is. That's what it is. Even Merriam-Webster would say the same thing. Agreeing with the first definition of New Oxford, was the buying of selling or bartering commodities. Okay. There's that, and it's also doing the same thing, or an exchange of property without use of money. Yeah, that's also one. But the third definition from Merriam-Webster says an occupation requiring manual or mechanical skill. It's a craft. A trade is a craft. So a master of all crafts, or a jack of all crafts. And a jack is, I believe it's a person. Let's just see. A jack is let's see. With the definitions for the Merriam-Webster, they're saying any of various usual mechanical devices. And they're talking about the card jack, like the card, like the actual card, the jack of all cards, like a deck of cards. That's what I mean. Yeah, so a playing card. That's not using in this a jack, a servant, a laborer. That's what it is. A jack is a laborer, a worker. Okay, a skilled worker. That's what it is. A jack is a worker. As plainly as it can be, a worker. So, biggest thing with that. So when somebody says a jack of all trades, they mean a worker that is skilled in many various things, okay? So that's what it is. You can look up the definition because I already explained to you the words individually. So when you put it all together, that's what they would mean, okay? So like I said, the full quote to jack of all trades is, jack of all trades, master of none, though oftentimes better than master of one. Okay, so a jack of all trades is not only specifically skilled, well, highly expert in just one field. They are skilled in many fields. So a master is a person who has learned the craft in its entirety and knows exactly what to do with it. Okay, and knows, and is the highest degree anybody could have for a certain skill or labor, whatever that may be. Okay, so a jack of all trades is not a master of any trades, but is very skilled in any of the trades. Okay, there's levels to that. So when I say the jack of all trades, master of none, though oftentimes better than a master of one, that's the full quote for the jack of all trades. I mean, there's another full quote where the customer is right, but that's not what this episode is about. It's not really related to it. But I mean, I guess I'll give you that. The customer is right, is always right, is only in matters of smell or taste, okay? I was paraphrasing it a little bit, but whenever there's a customer-related episode, or if I'm telling a story about that, then yeah, I can, you know what, forget it. I'll just do it right now. There's nothing wrong with that. How to find your passion. If you're passionate about customer service, okay, then I'll give you that. Customer is always right. Full quote. There we go. Okay. The full quote from Harry Selfridge, I guess that's who it's from. The customer is always right in matters of taste, which means that if they want to buy an ugly hat, let them. They're still buying it. Doesn't mean they're always right, though. Cutting a saying in half often misses a lot of the meaning, and that's what society has been doing. And a lot of people have taken that and ran with it when they're in the wrong. A lot of customers have, but like I said, we'll keep it right there. When I tell you a customer service story of me being in customer service and stuff like that, this is when I'm gonna pop off. All right. But right now, that's just what it is. We're going back to finding our passion, okay? And how to find your passion or passions. Let me define your passion. Let me define passion, okay? Passion. Okay. New Oxford American Dictionary defines passion as strong and barely controllable emotion. Barely controllable. That's kind of wild to even say. That's very wild to say. How you mean? Nah, if I have passion, I can control my emotions, but I'm going to make sure that it goes in the proper avenue. I'm not gonna, it's not out of control. They're talking about barely controllable. No, I disagree with that. And guess what, guys? You can disagree with definitions if it doesn't really make sense. Like that, I can disagree with that. But if it's the first part is strong emotion. If I was to cut out barely controllable, I just put strong emotion. That's what it is. But what kind of emotion is passion? Let's see. It's a strong feeling. It's a state of mind. Merriam-Webster. Let's see what the Merriam-Webster got to say. Okay. Doing the wrong one. Emotion. Okay. Yeah, there's a few definitions for it. So let's say it's an emotion. Emotions as distinguished from reason, intense, driving, or overmastering feeling or conviction. Okay. Overmastering feeling or conviction. It's a high conviction of something. So if you're passionate about something, it's really something that you really like and love. Or when you're passionate about something, you're really into that thing. You really into that. You can tell me, let's just say you're into pants. Like you're really into pants. You could tell me just by looking at somebody, even from across the street, you can tell me what type of pants those are, the color, the manufacturer. You know, you're deeply into pants. So you know how to, spot them out when you're out and about. You know how to spot them. So that's one example of passion. Another example of passion, you can be passionate about computers. Okay, very complex thing to be passionate about, but there's very basic things about computers. You know the ins and outs of computer hardware. You know a lot about computer software. You know a lot about IT. You know a lot about the industry. That is you being passionate about computers, you being passionate about technology, the technology of computers. Okay, so that's really what it is. That's what passion is about. So how do you find your passion? Or should I go to the etymology of it? We'll go into it just to finish it off. In the 1200s, that's not. Oh, it's something more towards religion. So, okay, never mind. We can skip it. Anyways, how do you find your passion? How do you find your passion? Like, what do you like? What do you love? What do you like about yourself? My passion is I'm passionate about computers, as I used as an example. I'm passionate about computers, video games, music. Well, I'm decent with video games. I'm not like looking for every single video game out there. I haven't been watching it too much, so I wouldn't say I'm as passionate as I used to be. But I mean, I still play it here and there. So video games, I could say like I look at Gamer News a lot. So yeah, I'd say I'm still passionate about it. So I backtracked a little, but I am passionate about it. When it comes to just learning about the new games coming up, what's the new game mechanism stuff I'm into that. So yeah, I would say I'm passionate about that. Computers, I'm passionate about that. Trying to learn the ins and outs. I took many computer courses. I know a lot about the components that make a computer. I know a lot about computer softwares. So I'm very into that. I'm very into technology in general. So that's what I like and what I love. Just to name a couple. So a big thing about finding your passion is finding what you like and what you love. You know, what's something that you really can see yourself doing if you're trying to get into the industry for that certain thing. I mean, certain things could just be hobbies. That's fine too. But if you want to find something you're passionate about, like if you can have a 9-to-5, let me just say this, you can have a 9-to-5 and not really care for it too much because you're more passionate about your hobbies. So if you're more passionate about your hobbies, you're not worried about any financial gain from it, leave it at that. That's perfectly fine. You could be passionate about that. That's fine. You could be passionate about that all day long. Okay, but if you want to turn your passion into money and financial, then this is the way to do it. That's more what I was leaning towards, to find your happiness. But it doesn't always have to be because of money. You know, you don't. I mean, first thing you do it, you're doing it because you love it. You don't do it because you want money. That's the biggest thing. So you got to find out what you like and what you love. You know, if it's in nature, is it outside? Is it sports? I know. Is it hair? Is it computers? Is it welding, craftsmanship? Is it like cars? Is it you know, there's just a lot of things that you can do. Is it customer service? Is it banking? Is it financial? Is it real estate? Is it social working? You know, is it firefighting? You know, just what are you passionate about? What do you like to do? What do you love to do? What is something that you can see yourself doing for the rest of your life? What is something you see yourself doing, if it's just a hobby or not, or you can turn it into a career, a job, a career? What do you like and love to do? This is something that you should write down, you should think about, you should write it down, and you should actively pursue it if that's what you really want to do. Now, what are you good at? Now, there's certain things that you can like and love, but there are things that you can learn to be good at, which can ultimately could become your passion later. You know, it can start, you know, finding your passion can start from childhood, but it can also start somewhere in your adulthood. It can be a young adulthood or even middle age, or wherever it may be, wherever that you're at, whatever age that you are. Just finding it early is good, but you know, it's never too late to find your passion. Okay? Only when it's never too late is when you're not here anymore. That's it. But yeah, when you find your passion, that's what you should be doing. You should really be thinking about what you really like and you love, and you know what you are good at. What if you're good at doing hair, then you know you can get paid for that, and you know help fuel whatever else that you want to do. If that's what you want to do. If you're solely about hair, then be solely about hair. If you want to do hair, makeup, and nails, okay, do hair, makeup, and nails. Okay. If you want to get into, let's say, you're good at stocking things. You want to good at organization, or you're good at interior designing. You know, there's things that you want to get into, architecture. Say you're good at farming. You know how to plant seeds. You know how to water. You know how to grow plants. You know how to fertilize. You know how to make compost. You know, what are you passionate about? That's things that, and you're good at those things. Those things can fuel your passion. Those things can be your passion if you recognize it to be that. So, you know, these are things that you should be thinking about. These are things that you should be understanding. What are you good at? What do you like? What do you love? What are you good at? You should be writing all that stuff down. Everything that you're good at, everything that you're skilled at, that you can do a good enough job for. You know, just think about the path that you want. This ultimately leads into the life that could lead you to the life path, the lifestyle that you want. So, setting up how you want your life to be like is fueled through your passion. You know, if you're passionate about being in the banking industry or finances or something like that, or marketing industry, you know, then you find a way to make it work. You find a way to get better at it if you're not as good as you want, or if you're just starting out. Let's say for the beginners. This is actually what it's mainly for, beginners, people who really haven't really thought about how to find their passion. You find your passion by doing things and seeing what you're good at. Even if you don't like it. If you don't really know what you like or love, let's just say, you find out. You start trying out new things, and you start experiencing these things, and you start seeing what they are, you know, but don't just do it one day and then quit. that's not really going to tell you if you can do it or not. One day for most people is not going to tell you if you're good at this, if you can be great at this, if you got potential to be great at this. No, you gotta take some time with these things. If you can do it for a week, well, not a week, 2 weeks or 3 or a month or a few weeks in or a few months straight, go for it. But I mean, a few months, for anything that you're trying to do, that you're trying to be highly skilled in, you should take a few months to really see if that's what you really want to do. Try, fail. You go ahead and attempt. You fail. You succeed. Okay, just do it. Just get your foot in the door. Make sure you just try out new things. See what you like. See what you don't like, and then write that list. Write that list and look it up online, because there's a bunch of things that you can be doing that can help you decide or narrow it down to one if you're only looking for one specific. But if you're looking for multiple, you can keep some on the list. Even if you didn't really like it for first experience, you can come back to it at a later time. So like finding your passion, it's a journey. You got to experience. You got to understand what you're getting yourself into. You should definitely read the terms and conditions. You should definitely look into the ins and outs of what's going on in the particular hobby or the particular career or job, whatever that you're trying to do. Whatever that you're trying to do, you should definitely learn a lot about it so that you can make an informed decision on if that's what you want to do or not. Okay, that's what you got to do. That's how you find your passion. Last thing is, does it make you fulfilled? Like, do you feel satisfied every time you do that? That's a big one in helping you fuel your passion. Do you feel like this is something you can do for the rest of your life? Do you feel like you're fulfilled every single day? Do you feel joyful every time you engage in whatever hobby or practice that you're doing? That is the main question. Do you feel fulfilled by what you're doing? Because if you do, then it most likely is your passion. It most likely is whatever that you want to do to make your life better. It's what's fueling you. It's what's going to get you through. It's what's going to be day by day, It's what's going to make the world a better place when you find your passion to help make the world a better place by doing what you love. Okay? And doing it with such joy and admiration. And like, that's just what it is. That is what you do. This is how you fuel your passion. So I want to say that because I think it's important that everybody finds their passion. Find your passion and then share with the world, if it's something that can be shared. Find that passion. So that's pretty much it. Find your passion, go for it, learn everything about it, And if it isn't your passion, if it ultimately doesn't become your passion, try something else. Go look at something else. Find something else. There's plenty of things to do. There's so much. There is a world full of things for you to do. You just got to look out for it. You got to gravitate toward it. You got to manifest. You got to ask around on your phone. We all got supercomputers in our pocket. Let's get that going. Okay, because a lot of things we're not being fulfilled by. A lot of people aren't being fulfilled by the jobs that they work. Get the hobby, get the passion for your hobbies or a hobby. Like I said, jack of all trades or a master of one, that's fine. Either or. You can be a master of none, or you could just be a decent worker with one thing. You don't have to be a master at it, but if you feel like this is pretty good for you, then that's what it is. If If you want to aim higher, go ahead and aim higher, but know what comes with that. That if you gotta aim higher, that means you gotta work harder. You gotta find more information on what you're trying to do. That's exactly how it's gonna go. So make sure that you're up for it, and make sure that you know what comes with it. Even if there are gonna be disappointments, this is just being real about it. But it is a relationship that you keep coming back to because it is something that you really want to do. Even if you may not like it at times, it's still something that you're passionate about. Okay? So, find your passion. That is how you find your passion. With that being said, drink more water. I'm going to do that in about an hour or so. I'm trying to intermittent fasting, I think that's what it's called. Trying to not eat breakfast, before noon. Yeah, I've been doing that a while, so it's not hard for me because I do it a lot, actually. I've been doing it for years. Inconsistently, but I still been doing it. So that's what I'm saying. I'm able to do it because I've worked on it quite a lot. I had to deal with a lot of the aches, the pains, or a lot of the emotional roller coaster that comes with fasting. So yeah, like I said, drink more water. Be kinder to people. Go outside, get some sunshine. If there's sun in your area right now, get some sunshine. It is good for you to stock up on that sunshine, vitamin D, all the nutrients that come from the sun. Okay? You need that. You don't have to stay out there too long. Just get you a good 15, 30 minutes for non-melanated people. For more melanated people, you might want to stay there a little longer, maybe close to an hour. Get as much sunshine as you can, because fall is around the corner. It's probably tomorrow or the day after. So fall is around the corner, y'all. Summer, goodbye. It's been cool knowing you until we meet again. But yeah, go outside, be kinder to people, hydrate. I'm King. It's King Moolah TV Podcast. I'm out of here.